Two international superstars are heading their way to the MLB this offseason. One, Kodai Senga, starting pitcher, right-handed from the NPB, is looking to make his mark in the MLB next year. Another player, Masataka Yoshida, outfielder, left-handed hitting, is also looking to bring his talents to the MLB. The Mariners have been linked to both, one more so than the other. We're going to start with Kodai Senga. So far, teams that have been listed in contact with them are the Angels, Dodgers, Rangers, Mariners, Blue Jays, Yankees, Padres, Red Sox, Mets. It's a lot of teams. For a good reason. Kodai Senga is legit.
I was too legit to quit.
In 2022, he went 11-6 with a 1.89 ERA over 148 innings, and he struck out 159 batters. He's got great stuff. His forkball splitter thing, it is insane. It's got so much drop. MLB hitters simply won't be ready for something with this much drop. He's got a great repertoire that will play in the MLB likely. A lot of people doubted Shohei Ohtani when he came over, but look at him, fourth in the Cy Young voting this year. Kodai Senga, if he can replicate any sort of success like Shohei Ohtani has had on the mound, he will be a dominant force for whoever signs him. The market for him is pretty vast. Not really sure how he fits into the Mariners' plan going forward with pitchers like Castillo, Ray, Gilbert, and Kirby, with Marco Gonzalez and Chris Flexen still on the team right now. And I don't know if the Mariners want to invest the money that it would take to get Kodai Senga to Seattle on a starting pitcher. Tyler Anderson recently signed with the Los Angeles Angels for 3 years, $40 million, $13.33 million per year on an annual average. He does have a draft pick compensation attached to him for the Los Angeles Dodgers since he denied his qualifying offer and he was extended one. Kodai Senga is an unrestricted free agent. There's no qualifying offer attached to him or a posting fee. He is just a free agent in the open market, testing the waters. I could see $15 million a year for him potentially. He's 29, maybe 5 years, 75, but he might be looking for even more since a pitcher like Tyler Anderson, who really has only had one standout year in the MLB with the Dodgers last season, just got $13 million. Kodai Senga and his camp may be looking for a bit more than 15. He wants to play on a winning ball club, so I could see him going to a very large market team like the Dodgers, Yankees, or even the Mets. Teams like the Rangers would be very quick to pounce on him given the right price because they need starting pitching. There's lots of options here for Kodai Senga, anywhere between 5 years, $75 million, and maybe 5 years, $90 million. It's kind of a big gap, but I see $15 to $18 million a year for him. The other player, Masataka Yoshida, a player that I feel like the Mariners have more a realistic chance at since there's been more stir, more commentary around him going to Seattle. He's an outfielder, he's a left-handed hitter, and for the Oryx Buffaloes in 2022, this guy hit .336, .449, .559 with a 1007 OPS for his slash line. That puts him right in between Yordan Alvarez and Paul Goldschmidt in terms of OPS rankings in the all of MLB in 2022. Obviously, the NPB is not quite at the same level as the MLB, but if you're slashing with numbers like that in any level of professional baseball, you're bound to turn some heads. The issue for Yoshida is that he has to get posted by his team, so the Oryx Buffaloes need to post him for any team in the MLB to have contract negotiations with him, and there's breakdowns of fees that the signing team would have to pay to the Buffaloes for his contract. For example, if whatever team signed him for 5 years, $50 million. Doesn't even have to be 5 years, just a general $50 million. It's a nice round number to talk about. Whatever team would sign him would owe $5 million to that team as a fee for the first $25 million of that contract and $4.375 million on the next $25 million for a total of $9.37 million. It's 20% on the first 25, 17.5% on the next 25 million, and 15% of anything remaining. Most teams likely will want to stay underneath $50 million depending on the length of this contract. He's 29, not really sure how his game's going to stand up because it's going to be a gamble signing international talent. So I wouldn't want to go over $50 million in terms of contract and value if I'm any MLB team. But with that being said, he's got legit stuff. Similar to Seiya Suzuki, but Seiya I would say is a little bit better at the plate and even defensively. Masataka Yoshida has posted a .987 fielding percentage across 932 chances across his career, but it's never a guarantee that he's going to play well defensively, and he's known to be I would say, average defender at best. So if a team were to sign him, it would likely be splitting time between like a corner outfield spot and DH. If the Mariners were to sign him, I would be looking at maybe a 3 to 4 year deal, anywhere between 8 and 12 to 13 million per year. If we're looking at that at the max value, it'd be 3 for 39, maybe 4 for 42. It'd be a gamble, but if the Mariners wanted to make a splash and potentially hit on a big target, Masataka Yoshida could be their guy. Teams linked to him right now are the Yankees, the Blue Jays, and the Mariners with probably plenty of other teams making contact to him. The issue is with him, he does have that post fee. Now I want to know, do you guys see signing either of these international players to be a good thing for the Seattle Mariners to do? Who would you prefer to have if we were to go out and try and get one of these guys? And do you think they could potentially help us in fetching Shohei Ohtani in free agency next year? But check out this video of what a trade package for Shohei Ohtani might look like from Seattle. And again, thank you guys for watching this one, and go Mariners.